We doing it again. Why? I don't know. Because this is what we do. Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gabby G. Garcia and Brian Licata. We're doing it again for no fucking reason. Today's a special day. A special day today, my man Brian. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. It's actually tomorrow, but thank you. But yes.
Right. Another trip around the world. Around this great earth of ours. You know. How was it? How old are you now?
32.
32. Such a nonsense age.
In what way?
Just 32. Who cares?
It's like not good, not bad, right?
Yeah, it's just 32. It's not, nowhere, it's 32. But it's good. I'm glad that you made it to 32. How would you define your last year of life in a wrap up? How was it? Would you say overall positive, or you're looking for things got to change this year? It's a new Brian this year.
I transitioned this year. That's what happened.
Did you?
I transitioned, yes.
Into what, a dude?
Into a Californian.
Into a California. You got my sympathies.
There's not even coffee in this. It's just hot water.
That sounds right.
No lemon.
No lemon.
Yeah, man, it was a great year around the sun. I got some other stuff I'm looking forward to at the end of the year. I got the wedding coming up.
When's the wedding again?
September. I'll give you the actual date off air.
Yeah, September.
Shout out to Stacy.
Little happy birthday from Stacy. Yeah, man, happy birthday. You're looking good.
Thanks,
32 years old. You don't look a day over 30. You know?
Thanks. How old do you think I look? Like, do you think there's an age? You think 30? I feel like I kind of look my age, no?
I would say you look upper 20s, lower 30s.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how to tell how old people are by looking at them. You can do that? You're good at that?
Usually ask for their ID.
No, I don't ask shit. I usually don't care. But like, are you good at that? Are you able to like look at someone and say that person? I'm not good. Like, I don't even know what 70 looks like.
Well, see, yeah, we did this on the last episode too, where you don't know about the like where people are from either by looking at them, right?
Yeah, no, I'm terrible with that. I'm not good at.
Yeah, I'm age is a lot harder, I think. But I can get that. I can ballpark it. I feel like most people can ballpark it. It's hard with kids though. Anybody who's like under 20, no idea how old they are.
Yeah, like I don't even know like how old a kid is by the size at all. 2, 3, I don't even know. And I had 2 of them. You would think I would know. When I was a kid once, you would think I'd remember. But I don't. I don't remember any of that shit, dude. Like what's a fucking 4-year-old look like? How big is a 4-year-old, 5-year-old?
When do they start walking? And
I think 1.
1 is when they walk? 2?
Yeah. Going on to 2. 1 between 1, going on to 2. My son started working right after his first birthday, his first year birthday.
He got a job right after his first birthday.
He started walking. I said, working or walking?
That sounded like you said working, bro, but I don't know.
I could have said
they both
working.
Kind of sound the same.
Did I say working? I could have said working. Well, he started walking after his first year birthday party. We came home. He didn't walk the whole party. He just stood up in one spot and saw the other kids running around. And then when we came home, I put him down on the floor. He looked at me and just walked away. I was like, holy shit, look at him go.
That was it?
That was it. Taught my daughter to walk with a helium balloon. With a string on it. Once she started standing, I gave her a helium balloon with a string on it. And she would just reach out for the string. And then before you know it, she was walking across the room. She didn't even know.
That's a good move.
Little parenting tip there if you want your kid to walk.
My grandfather taught me how to swim like that.
He just threw you in the water?
Well, he had a pool in Florida at their house in Florida. And, he would put his hands out and make me swim towards him. And then he would just back up a little bit. And then he'd be like, look, we're at the end of the pool. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, you could swim, you idiot. And I'm like, oh, okay. I could swim. And that was it.
Oh.
Well, that's exactly how he said it, too. He said, look, you idiot, we're at the end of the pool. You can swim.
And that was your pops or your grandpops?
My grandfather, yeah. My grandfather, yeah.
Your grandpa still around?
He's not, unfortunately. No, I wish he was, but no, he's not.
Yeah, I never met my grandfather on my father's side.
It's
I met the grandfather on my mother's side, but never really had a good conversation with him. He only spoke Spanish, so I wasn't close to my grandparents at all.
How yeah, it was something really cool, man. Like my mom's parents unfortunately both died in 2001, and I was only like 10. But my grandmother on my dad's side, she's still alive. I talk to her a couple times a week. But my grandfather, I mean, we used to see him all the time. I mean, we saw him all the time. We go down to Florida like twice a year, and they were up, in Jersey all the time.
Yeah, man. I take your family's kind of like a blue bloods family.
Mm-hmm.
Together and shit, likes each other. I think
Yeah.
all my grandparents are gone. My grandfather died before I was even born, but when I was working, he died again, so I can get some days off.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I think all my grandparents have died twice. If they died before I started working, believe me when I say they died again.
Yeah.
Wasn't close with any of them. My father's mother, the traveling runner's with us today, man. He says, "Yeah, happy birthday, B. Health and wealth on your new spin around the sun." I know I said to turn around the earth, right? That made no sense. You go around the sun. Yeah, my bad. Traveling runner.
Do you?
Or do you?
So they say.
I'm still yet to be convinced. But what's funny is my father's mother, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did your grandparents look? Did they look real old? Because my father's mother looked like she was 100 from the day I ever laid eyes on her. She always looked like she was 100, and she was with us for a few years too, man. She's still with us for a while before she finally went back home. But she always looked real old, yo.
My grandfather had hair like me when he died, like 88, 83. Just a little gray right here. He didn't look old at all. I mean, his body was older. You could tell he was like, like hobbled around and shit like that. But he didn't really look it. But no, my grandmother, and then on my parents' side, no, they didn't. I mean, they looked like older, but they weren't like, with like the cane and shit. Look like mad old.
Like my mom's just turned 70, I think 72. Mm-hmm. She don't look it at all. You would never guess she's in her 70s, except for her hair, because she won't dye it. Like she leaves it real gray. She doesn't want to dye it because she says when she dyes it, then dudes be trying to kick it to her. And she ain't trying to feel that. My mom ain't feeling none of that, yo. They'll try to kick it to her. She'll hand them a track about Jesus. Real shit, man. She ain't hearing none of that shit, yo. Our dudes don't play that.
Were she and your dad like really close? They have like a really tight relationship, or what?
Well, they got divorced, so I'll say no.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. They were all right. Nothing special. Like I said, there was nothing really special about my family life when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like you had a bunch of siblings and cousins and stuff in the area, man. I mean, I think that's cool. I think it's good to grow up around people that you're blood related to.
Yeah, I think I had it was me and my brother, and then my mother's sister had 3 children. One has been on, Peter. We had Peter on, Peter Stas. He was the youngest, and then my cousin George, who's an awesome musician and singer-songwriter. And then my cousin Denise, who's an awesome artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Denise was the middle one. So they lived right in the building in front of us,
Oh, okay.
And it was always an open door. You know what I'm saying? Like we would just go across the street, walk right into the house, man. That we were tight growing up, man.
Yeah, I had at one point I had a cousin, my aunt and uncle, and a couple of my cousins lived in the same neighborhood as us, and we used to just walk down there all the time. They moved out once we got a little. I mean, they weren't there for long, but
I remember one time. This is how close we were. Our washing machine was broken, so my mother had to do the laundry at their house, and my pop's feet used to stink so bad. I mean, they used to stink so bad. This man used to work so hard and come home, and his feet would be kicking. I mean, yeah, dude, yeah. So one time she had to do laundry at his house, at their house. I walk in the house, open the door. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And George and Peter are looking at me like the two kids in The Shining. They're like, it's your father's feet. Oh, man, I couldn't believe it, yo.
You had no idea? Were you nose blind to it?
Nah, like I knew his feet stunk, but I couldn't believe it stunk up the whole house.
Yeah.
The whole
What did he
house.
do? Was it because he was like working or something and he was like feet were sweaty, or he just had stanky feet? Because some people just have bad smelling feet.
Bad smelling feet. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I had a comedian who stayed in my house. I'm not gonna blow him up. We might have mentioned he was on the show. We might have mentioned it. But since I don't remember,
and I know this to be true actually too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blow him up, man. You know, 'cause I never thought a person that good looking could have such stinky ass feet. I remember we were sitting in my house, chilling, smoking a joint, wintertime, and I'm like, "Yo, you smell something burning?" And he was like, "Nah,
dog.
So I'm still smoking the weed, smoking the blunt." Then I'm just like, "Yo, dude, you really don't smell something burning? It smells like something on fire." And he goes, "That could be my feet, dog."
Oh,
I went, "What?" He said, "That could be my feet, dog." I said, "No way is that your feet, dog." And then it just took over, and I was like, "Oh, nah, man." I said, "Dude, you got to go take a shower right now. Go wash those feet in the shower right now." I said, "In those shoes, put them outside in the hallway."
Yeah, go on, man. Dog,
I said, "Do not leave him here." He's like, "Oh, all right." He goes, he washes his feet, comes out with a garbage bag, puts it in another garbage bag, and he puts the shit down in my thing. I said, "What are you doing, man? Take those shoes out there." He goes, "No, dude, they're good, man. I got it wrapped up twice, man. They're good. They're good." I said, "All right." Then we're sitting there, light back up the blunt, and I'm like, I said, "Dude, I don't think."
No, they gotta go, bro.
I said, "I don't think those things are cut." I said, "It's going through the bag." He's like, "It's going through the bag." I made him put it right in front of my door, man. My house was so protected that day. It was like an ADT alert system. Nobody was going to try to break in my house, dog.
Oh, you had him out in front of the door?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would have had to have made them turn a corner.
Like, what if somebody takes my sneakers? I said, "Nobody's taking those fucking sneakers, dog."
No
one's taking those fucking sneakers. They're gonna treat it like the bag of shit that was on the corner for fucking 9 months that no one wants to touch.
Gee, when I tell you,
insane.
I see multiple bags of shit on the ground a day.
Of course, you live in San Francisco.
I don't really walk more than 5 blocks away from my apartment. I don't.
Smart.
I stay in my neighborhood. That's the kind of person I am. You know?
And is your lady with you? Because I told you I really don't want you walking alone out there, man.
Most of the time she is, but I will admit there's a couple times I've been out without her.
You bring your whistle.
I bring the whistle. It's the Italian horn.
The Italian horn. Yeah, but I'm not surprised you see a lot of dog shit out there in San Francisco, dude.
Dog shit, people shit. But you know, the thing that irritates me the most is like your dog shits on the ground and then you use the shit bag to pick up the shit and then leave it on the ground, dude. It makes zero sense.
No. See, that's the thing that gets me. One or the other. If you're gonna put it in the fucking bag, throw it the fuck out.
Right?
Because then what happens is all you're doing is fortifying it. You know what I'm saying? You're preserving it. Because no one else wants to pick up that bag of shit, so it's gonna sit there. That bag that was on the corner, dude, that shit was there for months. It went through snowstorms. It went through crazy fucking monsoons that we had out here. Winds blowing, all kinds of shit. Bag never moved. Stormy says, "Happy birthday, Brian." So then he says, "Happy birthday, Brian." And David Hodge or Hoj? Hodge. What's good, G? Hoj. What's good, David? How you feeling, baby? How's everything? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody had good holidays and shit, man. You know, we did a episode on Easter, right?
We did, yeah. Maybe was it the day before? Or?
No, I think it was Easter.
Was it Easter? No, I think it was on Easter.
Yeah, it was on Easter.
Yeah, it was on Easter.
Know, yeah, we're very we don't care. That was church for us.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, so
where 2 or more are gathered, brother, that is church. We were hanging out. We had a couple listeners with us. We had church. We did our own church. You know. What's the next holiday to come now? What is it? 4th of July or like
Memorial Day?
Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Day is, kickoff of the summer.
Now,
Yeah.
who are we remembering on Memorial Day? Just asking because I'm not really sure. Is it the military?
Military. Yeah, I believe Memorial Day is from a World War One is when the holiday got started. Was
All
was
right.
after World War One, but I have no idea. So I'm gonna look it up.
Well, I get mixed up because I know we have Veterans Day, which big up to the veterans. They can have as many days as they want.
Oh yeah. This is what it is. Memorial Day is for
The
the
fallen
dead.
heroes.
Right. Yeah, the fallen heroes, and then
Yeah. And then
Veterans Day is
Veterans
for
Day are for veterans that are still here, and the fallen ones, of course. But it's for veterans. Yeah, man, give them a bunch. They're veterans. Let them get as many holidays as we can squeeze in there. If the LGBs can get freaking a whole month, and then every other month after that, you know what I'm saying? As a federal holiday in the United States for mourning the U.S. military personnel who have died while serving the United States Armed Forces.
Last Monday from 1868 to 1970. It was observed on May 30th.
Okay. Well, so where is it observed now?
It's just the last Monday in May.
Oh, now it's the last month, so it switches around. All right. Well, that's
claimed origins. A variety of cities and people have claimed origination of Memorial Day. In some such cases, the claims relate to documented events occurring before or after the Civil War. Others may stem from general traditions of decorating soldiers' graves with flowers rather than specific events leading to the national proclamation. Soldiers' graves were decorated in the U.S. before and during the American Civil War. Others' claims may be less respectable. So no one really knows. Just
well, we know any holiday always got to have some death attached to it.
Usually does, except birthday.
Yeah. Well, birthday's just another year closer.
That's not what you're celebrating, though.
I guess, man. Gato Gordo, my man Kev says happy birthday. Throw a bag of shit tonight.
That's what we have on the plan. 6:15 reservations
to just chuck shit.
Yeah,
fucking shit chuckers.
Oh shit.
The Traveling Runner says, on a side note, did any of you catch the doc on rap's first serial killer, King Von? Brother,
thank you for bringing it up.
I ain't gonna lie, I still got like 30 minutes left. It's a 3-hour documentary.
So let's talk about where we're at, because I'm about halfway to 2/3 of the way.
Well, I already know they did a spoiler alert for me. You know, remember I said I didn't know if he died or not. I said, don't tell me. I don't want you to spoil it for me. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not surprised. But yeah, I saw that. That is crazy. And if you don't know what we're talking about, King Von was a trill rapper, but he actually wasn't a rapper. He was just a gangster.
He was just a gangbanger.
Yeah. And the reason why they think like they're saying that he was more of a serial killer because it went beyond like the gang shit. He got real enjoyment out of killing people, you know. But what was crazy was he just posted it all.
Bro.
He just posted it all. He just posted it, wrote about it, put in his lyrics, every single talking, like dropping names and shit, like literally just putting himself in jail. That's just crazy. And he did it for years. He would kill somebody, talk about it live, and then go rock a show. That's insane. Yeah, rap was his side job. He even said that in the thing. He said, I'm not a rapper. I'm a gangster who raps. Yeah, he was I never really checked him out. Did you ever check him out?
I never heard of him. So I never heard of him. I know Chief Keef, I know Lil Durk, and I actually heard the song Durkio that they were talking about. That Lil Durk had that reference King Von. It was like one of his first big hits, I think.
Yeah.
But nah, man. I mean, I didn't really know. I guess there were a lot of guys from Chicago that I didn't realize were Chicago artists. You know, there's a lot of guys in the rap game that I know aren't from the South. So I just assume they're probably from New York, you know, and I like don't look into it that much. But dude, I mean, what was this dude doing tweeting everything? And that was like the thing so this documentary is
everything.
This documentary is on Trap Lore Ross's YouTube page. He does a lot of like hip hop history videos.
Yeah,
but it's on
British white dude.
Yeah, yep. King Von's the rap's first serial killer. But it's the documentary is fantastic. But bro, it was hard to watch because it's like, dude, this guy's just reading his tweets for fucking 3 hours. But the tweets tell the story, dude. It's like no
That's
shit.
really,
This dude had a 3-hour documentary because he had to read all the fucking tweets, bro.
yeah.
And the time that it took this dude to do it, I just want to give him a little fucking credit because I thought it was unbelievably done.
Yeah,
I
and
really
it's
did.
all
And it was
it's
very
all
inspiring
just
to me.
it's 3 hours of this dude on what was it?
Twitter.
Twitter on Twitter, just bragging about killing people, telling people he's coming to kill them. Then those people end up dead. It's crazy.
And he didn't never. And there were a lot of times he didn't come exactly out and say it, but then there are other times he like pretty much said it. Like when they killed that that KI chick.
Oh yeah. Bro, I saw a documentary on her.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw a documentary on her a while ago. That's how I even first heard the name King Von, because I knew about them. For a minute they were like, he was like kicking it to her for a minute. Craziest part, traveling runner says, craziest part to me was when he did the KI doc. Yeah, I told you there was a doc. I saw the documentary on KI.
He was in it.
Motherfucker went on it. He was on it.
What he said? Oh, dude, he's definitely a serial killer, bro. That's some serial killer shit, bro. Yeah, that. It's like returning to the scene, bro. That. Well, it's like going back.
He did that a couple of times. Remember, they killed that other dude, and then they rolled back to the scene at the bus stop.
Well, I guess when it's
and then he writes
like a block away from your house.
That's the craziest shit, because I was watching this thing the other day about the trill shit in Uptown or Harlem. I think it's Uptown. Yeah, Uptown, Harlem. Stupid. Whatever. Uptown. They were showing how like these dudes live like, blocks away from each other. Literally blocks away. And was this the one where they were all cousins, or was that the one I was watching from Uptown? I think the one from Uptown, all these dudes got beef and they're all cousins and they all do the hip hop shit. They all make tracks dissing each other. And then when they kill one another, they put it in their tracks. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like,
I was just trying to get I'm trying to get up the territory.
And that's fucked up, because you know what? Like, it's crazy because now it's like they kind of fucked up, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're putting that shit into songs. They're getting convicted from their lyrics. Well, for him, it wasn't just his lyrics. It was also, he went online and was fucking on Twitter talking about smoking Tuka and smoking this dude and smoking that dude. And he was insane. Yeah, O Block.
Yeah, so this O Block is where they're at. It's just that one housing complex, but it's like they're killing people.
But then on the other side,
right here, bro. No, like where this other blue is, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It was O Block, and what was I forgot the name of the other crew that Tukaville or something like that.
Tukaville.
Something like that.
Bro, they were fucking nasty, dude.
And dude, like, for no reason. Like,
no reason, dude. Just to be thugs.
Killing each other, just killing each other to kill each other. Constantly putting up that they were driving around looking for ops. You know what I'm saying? Driving around.
That was the other thing that really bothered me, was the way is one saying ops, right? And then two, the way that fucking British dude was saying ops was pissing me off, bro.
It's always white British dudes that make these.
We're out there looking for the ops.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
But it's always white British dudes who do those documentaries on hip hop or gangsters.
And there's also a big
3 fucking hours. I haven't finished it. I don't know how. I'm gonna guess he gets shot by somebody eventually. We're not from 63rd. Yeah, murder was their sport, dude. Like I said, even in my neighborhood, they used to call it gunplay. Gunplay. I don't see the word play after gun or before. You shouldn't play with guns, and I don't like gunplay. It's fucked up. That shit is fucked up. What's this?
This is O Block right here. This Parkway Gardens, and then this STL EBT. This is Tukaville.
Yeah.
So these are other gangs, too.
Yeah, man. It's insane. He's all living in the same neighborhood. I mean, I'm not dissing nobody, man. I'm not trying to get I don't want no smoke, but I never understood gang shit anyway. I can't. I understood it in the sense of having each other's back, but I would just never be good gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with my peoples, I rolled with my peoples.
Organized crime makes a lot of sense. And I'm just gonna throw that out there. Organized crime makes a lot of sense.
No, it does, but you know how it's organized, but it's also very unorganized.
No. This is unorganized. This is no. It's organized, but this is not for a purpose. You know what I mean?
What's crazy?
When the mob was doing shit, they were doing shit to make money, and murdering people was for business, not for sick fucking pleasure. I mean, dudes did it for pleasure.
Yeah,
that's not what it was about. You know,
murdering people is usually bad for business.
Always, it's always bad for business. The cops always come into play. You know?
Yeah. But like, was he selling drugs and shit? Because like, he never got busted for drugs. You know what I'm saying? He never got busted for drugs. Every time he did get knocked, they were like, every time he did get knocked, they were like, "Do you have any drugs on you?" He never had drugs on him. Mm-hmm. So like, was he hustling drugs or was he just going out there murdering people?
Yeah. So his legal issues: unlawful possession of firearm, arrested in the shooting death, first-degree murder, shooting. No drug charges.
That's what I'm saying. Was he hustling drugs? I think he was a hitman. Maybe. No, I don't know. I mean, they never talk about him getting paid to do any of that shit. He just did it. He just put in the work for his block. But they never like I said, they never talked about really how he made his money. He always had stacks of money. I mean, once he started doing hip hop, he started making a lot of money.
Yeah, I think the traveling runner was right. He was. Yeah. I think he was robbing. Yeah, because there was that one part when he was saying he was trying to get around Little Dirk. And to rob his boys. Yeah, to rob his boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always hated robbing, man. Always hated it. Always thought it was the dirtiest.
Oh, that's probably because you were usually the person getting robbed.
No, dog.
You were probably under robbed.
I mean, yeah, bro. I've definitely been robbed a couple times. I've been beat a couple times. Gotten my ass kicked a handful of times, but that's
I've actually never gotten robbed. I never got stuck up, thank God.
What do you mean, like walking?
Well, no, I can't say that, man. I got robbed for a bag of weed once. We told that story before.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's happened to me. I've never gotten mugged.
Yeah, nah.
Not yet. Knock on wood.
So that's what he was doing. He was out there. He was just a straight up thug robber. They do that. I happen to know a person whose name will become nameless, who we might or might not have had on the show, who kind of did the Dirk move back in the day at Power Play Studios.
Dirk move?
Well, let's just say one night in Power Play Studios, a couple people got tied up. And
on to the next topic.
I mean, the place ain't there no more, statute of limitations and all that, even though I don't know, statute of limitations might not be all that anymore, because if they're arresting a president for paying some chick 7 years ago, then I don't know. I guess they could come back and get you for anything, right?
Yeah. And the one interview I thought was really interesting. I couldn't remember who it was, but I think he was a dude from the neighborhood who knew Vaughn in jail, and he was talking about Vaughn's mentality, and he was like, the dude wasn't afraid of jail, didn't care about jail at all. And he was like, even everybody on the street you're supposed to have that in the back of your mind, and that's what makes you not do crazy shit. Well, he did not have that at all.
No, and probably none of his friends either, because when they went to jail, it was them and all their friends. Bill Dixon says, "Happy birthday, dude."
Thanks, Billy boy. Good to see you.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks for watching, Billy.
Yeah, thanks for watching, Bill. But when you're that deep in the game, dog, and you get locked up, you're just going to see the friends who went away. Most of the time they put them all in the same prisons together and shit. So they're all, he went in and, Saul, what's up, baby? Saul says happy birthday. Brian Licata.
Licata.
Licata. You lick cats?
Sometimes.
Is that a fancy way of saying pussy liquor? Brian Pussy Liquor.
It's actually not the first time someone's put that together.
Yeah.
It actually translates in Italian, means the cattle are dying.
Stampani rock.
Stampani rock.
See, now you say it. You know, Simeon's blackness intimidated you that day. You didn't want to say it.
Well, I mean, he's in Jamaica. There's, there's herb dealers and
there's a straight up herb dealer dealing herbs. He wasn't even dealing it. He was giving it to him.
Yeah, he was giving it to him. Yeah,
at midnight.
I think it was later than that. I don't know.
Just delivering herbs to his door. Big up to Simeon. He just bought the worship mobile up to another level because I found his album, The Last Call.
You did find it.
The Last Call Reconciliation is on Pandora. And that's right. I listen to Pandora. Everybody, you listen to Pandora. I like Pandora better than Spotify. I have them both. I prefer Pandora.
Now, do you pay for Spotify?
No, I pay for the Pandora.
Yeah. Did you ever pay for the Spotify or no?
No.
See,
what I don't like about the Spotify is like you got to pick the songs. You got to pick with.
No, you don't.
With what you call, I just throw it on a shuffle and it just plays.
Yeah,
music,
you can do the same thing. Like usually what I do with Spotify is if I'm feeling a certain type of mood or style of music that I want to go into, I go to one song or artist, and then you can hit a button that makes the station from it. And then you can keep that station. So say you had like a worship station.
Yeah.
It would then, keep maybe your top 5 or 6 tracks. And then
you keep changing all my Jesus chase stations.
And then it'll keep and then it'll keep changing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the big deal? Like, does it sound better? Because people always get on me for being on Pandora. I'm like, well, who fucking cares? It's music. They got the same songs.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it sounds different. But I mean, if you pay for Pandora, you don't have the ads on it anymore, right?
No, but I don't have the ads. It's dope.
Oh yeah, dude. It's the same. I mean, it's the same difference. Pandora's just been around forever. But see, I like Spotify because then I have the Rogan podcast is on there. I check out our podcasts are also on there too, bro. Our video podcasts are on Spotify.
That's right. Yeah.
So
I do watch our stuff on Spotify every now and then.
Yeah. Oh, you do? That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But I found his thing. He's probably on Spotify too. But if you want to check out my man Mo, I don't pay for it though. Yeah. Why am I not surprised you don't pay for it?
His wife does.
His neighbor. But I found it. It's called The Last Call with a K. The Reconciliation is the name of it, and they have it on Pandora, dog. And I was rocking to that shit all day yesterday, man. These dudes are amazing. Him and his boy are amazing. I remember when I first met them and we was doing shows together. That kid right there is one of the best writers of our time when it comes to hip hop.
That's on Spotify also.
Look at that. I'm a little upset that I'm not. Should I be upset? Should I be jealous? Should I be jealous that none of my shit is on fucking Spotify?
Dude, if you have it, we can put it on there, dog. We can put it all out under your name, dude.
Really? You could just put it on Spotify?
Hey, that's my dad.
Hey, Mr. Licata. Tom, you have produced a very good kid here, man. This is a good man. You did a good job on this one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Not sure he would agree with that, but thank you.
Well, listen, he's doing good now.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Big up to you, Tom. Mm-hmm. All right. Big up to you, man.
Oops, that was the wrong one.
Yeah, man.
So I want to get back to the King Von thing, man, because so what do you think about the serial killer theory that this guy has?
I think he definitely fits it. Because like I said, it wasn't like he was just, I mean, I guess there's the beef aspect, which is why normally they don't consider gangbangers to be serial killers.
Right.
I mean, but in reality, like they also don't consider hitmen to be serial killers, but they're serial killers.
The Iceman, you've heard about the Iceman, right? He was definitely a serial killer. They think he was.
It was a lot of work, Tom. I'm sure it was, man. I'm sure it was.
Zippy's just a nickname. So
wait,
he just calls me Zippy.
Oh, he calls you Zippy?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you why.
Did you get your dick caught in a zipper when you were young?
No.
That'd be fucked up, right? And he called you Zippy after that. A traumatic experience. You get your nutsacks caught in a zipper, and then after that, Papa Deuce calls you Zippy.
Nah, here, I gotta get the video.
Tom, big up for just watching, man. My moms would never watch this.
I don't think he usually does. He watches Yo Dom. He likes Yo Dom.
Oh, well, yeah. Watch his other podcast.
This is Zippy the chimp.
Yo, look at Zippy go, man. Oh, he skates better than I do.
It says I have a simian appearance.
There's something wrong with that, though, isn't there?
What's that?
Fucking monkey on roller skates, yo. You know what I'm saying? Wearing clothes. They took this fucking thing out of the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, a fucking free creature. They bought it in and turned it roller skate. And
put a sweater on it and brought it to the Ed Sullivan show in Manhattan.
And they whip him around. He don't get paid. He pays him with bananas and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking horrible. Does
he look? Does he look? Is he smoking a cigarette? He's smoking a cigarette.
Oh my God. And he stomped it out. He got shoes on, dog.
Did he?
Oh, he got skates. Oh no, he took it off. Homeboy's smoking a cigarette. They're giving that monkey cancer.
That's how he died, actually.
Of cancer. The chimp looks like Brian. Oh, Zippy. Happy birthday again, Zippy. Traveling Runner says, I wonder how long it takes to train a monkey to use roller skates.
Well, this is a chimpanzee. So let's make that distinction.
What's the difference? What's a monkey?
Well, so there's
a monkey is a bunch of different.
Yeah, but monkeys are smaller. Different species. Monkeys are smaller. Chimps are bigger animals, and then there's apes, which are even larger. But they're all primates, just like us. Yeah,
they got thumbs.
Yeah. And they throw shit just like in San Francisco.
Just like in San Francisco. At least they had the decency not to put it in a bag. Listen, if you're going to leave it there, you might as well leave it in a way that the water could hit it, the wind could blow it around, and it gets, broken down eventually.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They put them in the bag. It's like they want to memorialize it. And how fucking lazy do you got to be to pick it up, put it in a bag, and then not fucking throw the bag somewhere?
But that's the thing also, is it takes effort to pick it up. So it's like you thought about doing something good, and then you just decided to be a scumbag right after.
Man. Well, getting back to that King Von thing too. There's a thing of he was also, like, as ill as he was, there were reasons why he just became crazier and crazier. I mean, I guess, because didn't he see one of his parents or something? I know he lost his partner who was robbing.
Yeah, well, no. He was one of his friends. He was in the car with him. And then he went in to the corner store. And when he came back out, the dude was shot dead in the car.
Yeah, that's right. So that kind of affected him. And then his other boy.
I mean, but he had bodies before that.
I know. The dude was just, there's just some bad people.
Man, it's also what's crazy is like those
the people that he also had mad fucking fans though. The people were eating that shit up.
What's that? When he started to get into music?
He started doing hip hop, man. He was talking about killing everybody.
So he didn't really get into hip hop until he was like in his 20s, right? Like 21, 22, 23. And he went to jail for the first time at 16. So he had like 7 bodies before he even started. Oh, his dad got sniped. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
With a
my god, yeah,
sniper.
that was what it was.
Snipe, dog.
Best friend shot in his
Snipe.
B-Day. That's what it was. Yeah.
Who
Now,
what a stressful life.
when you were growing up in New York, the gun violence in neighborhoods wasn't near as bad as what it is now, right? Would you say, or is it just as bad?
I,
You think? You think it's just as
I mean,
bad?
I don't know what it's like now, but I would say just as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't a lot of killings. I guess we didn't have great aimers. But there was a lot of
Yeah, but
enough
like
shootings.
the random,
We
just
wasn't we
like
wasn't
there wasn't like street shootings, right? Like people would get killed and they'd find bodies, but there wouldn't be like shootings, would there? Yeah.
yeah, man. I remember one year, me and my brother came to visit the house. We were hanging out, and then we started hearing gunshots right outside the window. So I had my daughter. Everybody got to get down, get low. You're pretty safe in the projects once you get away from the windows.
Just because they're all concrete.
Dudes were jumping people, but there was occasional shooting. Like in other words, if you heard gunshots, it wasn't like you never heard them before.
Right.
But my neighborhood wasn't really as bad as all the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like
what was like the version of O Block back then? There was it like Harlem? Was Harlem like terrible in the 70s? It was like 60s
the Bronx,
and 70s.
Harlem. I mean,
all of it.
Yeah, in the 60s and 70s, everything was popping, man. Fort Apache, But like I said, it was like, we heard the shooting, and then when it stopped, me and my brother went out to go see. Vaughn was an amazing kid. He had us take him to all the hoods and AC when he came with Dirk, just to give kids money for shoes. That's dope. But
have you seen the documentary?
Have you seen the documentary, Saul? You know what I'm saying? Red Hook, yeah, man. Brooklyn was popping crazy, man.
Oh, East New York, yes, yeah. That was the documentary. If you've never seen it, the 7-5, that is about East New York and the precinct that was out there is crazy.
Yeah, no, it was crazy, dude. And then I think about during the early hip hop. Gato Gordo says shooting was done much more tactically back then. You took someone for a ride. I mean,
so I feel like some mob shit. Yeah, you put somebody in the car, you take them to the Meadowlands, you blast them, and then bury them in the marsh. Like I feel like that's how it was done back in the day. Am I wrong? I just seen too many movies, or what?
I mean, you're not wrong, but like I said, I remember shootings. I don't remember a lot of killings.
Right.
As far as with beef.
When did the t-shirt, the airbrush t-shirt on the face thing start? When was that? When was the first time you saw that?
The airbrush t-shirt and the face thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you never seen those? Like when they would
oh, where it says rest in peace, airbrush.
yeah, airbrush on. When did that get popular? Because that was really big when I was in the 90s. Those are big when I was young.
Yeah, I mean we used to have they would put the picture.
The picture, yeah, and then it'd be airbrushed.
You know what I'm saying? The picture
on a white t-shirt.
I guess that was like the 80s, probably late 80s, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's like,
dude, I want to get these made for me, bro.
What?
Oh, dude, this is King. I think this is King Von right here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, look, I get it, Saul, because the truth is, I know a lot of people who did a lot of bad things who were cool people.
That's King Von, dude, isn't it?
Yeah, that's King Von. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I know people who were, that, they did a lot of bad shit, but like they were good people, you know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why, listen, this is why scripture says love your enemies. Because even the wicked love those who love them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people go, oh, I'm a loving person. Well, I mean, do you love your enemy? Because if you don't, then different than them. I mean, like the dude said, King Von was an amazing dude. He met, he went and gave back a little bit. Part of me feels like he was doing all that shit to get caught. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like he had that not give a fuck kind of, listen, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do until you stop me.
I mean, dude,
and he was putting it out there because I feel like there was a part of him that kind of wanted to be stopped when they arrested him in front of his house. And they rolled up on him, and they had like all those people there, and they said that they took his chain, and then they showed the video of him with the cops. It was like he was real cool with the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
Yeah,
like,
it's like he's done it 1,000 times.
yeah.
It was funny, watching that documentary, I was thinking a little bit like, yo, what would it have been like to grow up in that fucking neighborhood, man? It must have been nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about somebody getting murdered in your neighborhood like once a week, bro, if not more often than that.
Yeah.
People are just like, the culture of the neighborhood is to drive around to just go shooting people. The cops are never there. No one's got any money. Like, bro.
Now imagine
like
living there.
Lawless, dog.
But now imagine living there and
not being a part of it all.
And not being in it. Yeah. Being like trying to be a good dude. Yeah, the shit at the bus stop. You can't even wait for a bus.
Dude. You can't not be a part of it. And that's what I was thinking. Like, if I was in this situation, would I have done anything different than this dude? Nah, bro. I probably would have been. I mean, I'm pretty soft, so I probably wouldn't have been doing much. But
I'm glad you went there before I did. Yeah, at the bus stop. You can't even wait for a fucking bus. Horrible. They were just shooting people, like just seeing someone.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is be a friend of a person that they have beef with.
And barely even that, dude.
Yeah. And just imagine though, if like you wasn't in it. There had to be a couple of people that just weren't, that just, grew up in the neighborhood, knew them. Yeah,
100% right. Yeah,
kill or be killed. You can't imagine it. The only way to understand is to live it. True. Most people move if they can, or else they try to survive.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thing. You have no choice. A lot of times you have no choice.
Yeah, no, it's true.
If you could afford to move, you would. That's like a couple of weeks ago when I said how I feel about the government. It's like being in a bad relationship with a whole bunch of arguments, and then you have that one argument that it's never going to be the same. Everything's always going to be different from here on in, but you try to make it work because you don't have money to move out. So you just, I ain't got no money to go nowhere. I got to survive. I got to just stay in it and figure out how to do it. It's fucked up. But I think he wanted to get caught. That's what I think. I think his attitude was, I'm going to do this. And yeah, when you're between a rock and a hard place, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
I saw this movie yesterday on Netflix. I forgot. It was very interesting, man. I forgot what it was called, but it's like
what it was about.
It's like this big long prison, and it's all broken into floors with a hole in the middle. Right. So you're in this closed off room.
Okay.
Right. That goes in a square, but in the middle of the room is a big square hole and you could look straight down and you can see all the floors below you. And then you can look up and see all the floors above you. Yeah. And on each floor. Yeah. And on each floor, there's two people. And there's like, I don't know what the final number was, but there's like 300 and something floors. Mm-hmm. Right. And the closer you are to the top is where you want to be, because what they do is they cook this meal that takes that square is a table that comes down in that square that's open. The table will fall, and it'll be all this food. And I mean, like the chefs are putting everything into it. They make crazy food. Like they ask anybody going in. Some people go in on their own. Some people go in there because they get locked up. It's very weird. They never really explain that.
What the jail is about. Right.
Yeah, like the concept is pretty weird though, because like they'll start at the top and it has all this food. And when I say like, it's like the greatest chefs, they show the chefs cooking it and they're like military, and the dude found a hair in one of them and started flipping, like it's all very expensive, well-cooked food. Mm-hmm. And then it drops to it comes down in the middle and it'll stay there for a little while. It'll stay there for a couple of minutes and the people eat, and then it goes down. And then the people eat whatever's left over, and then it goes down, and it never makes it to the 300th floor. Now it comes down, and all you got is plates on the fucking table. So if you're on the 300th floor, and the way it works is you do a month on the floor, and then they release this gas that knocks you out, and then you wake up and you're on a different floor, and it could be either closer to the food or further away from the food.
And do you know what gets you up or down?
No.
Oh,
not at all. And you can't keep, like, if you hold on to the food, then they'll start fucking like just heating up the whole entire prison. Everyone will start getting hot, and like they'll heat it up until you fry, or they'll freeze you. So you can't even hold on to the food. You got to leave everything on the plate to go down. You just eat what you can eat, you know?
see, watching movies like this doesn't seem like something that I want to do, you know?
But you know, it just goes to show you the horribleness of man. Because of course, you could be civilized about that. That's kind of easy. You could be civilized. You know, the people on the top, you know, eat some food and let some food go down. But no, of course, these people are just eating as much as they can, and what they don't eat, they just, you know, they're walking on the table.
This is kind of something like we were talking about last episode.
They're
man.
spitting. Like the dude would drop the tape, you know, like as it was going down, you throw all the bones and shit back on there, and then the dude would spit. And he goes, "Why'd you do that?" And he goes, you know, fuck those people down there. And he goes, but what about if the people upstairs did the same thing? He goes, oh, they most definitely did. Why? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough. You got people, you know, like it's like you take a shitty situation and make it even worse, you know? And then it's supposed to be like, you know, the dude and this other guy, he got this other dude that's with him eventually. Because the first guy he was with, you know, when they get put down on, like, I think they're put down on like the 30th floor or like the 100 and something. The higher the, you know, it goes down, but the numbers go up as it goes down. So they were like on the 200th floor. So they knew they wasn't going to get no food. And he was in there with an old man. And the old man wasn't taking no chances. The old man had been around. This dude, it was like his first month being switched. So when he woke up, he was completely tied up. And the old man said, sorry, dude, we boys, but we're not going to be boys when the food don't come down after like a couple of weeks, you know, and you were able to bring one thing with you. And since this dude, you know, he knew nothing about it, he bought a book. There was a book he wanted to read. The other motherfucker bought a ninja knife.
Oh, really?
Like the ones that cut bricks.
Yeah.
That's what he bought. The old man bought a crazy knife with him.
It's probably a good idea.
That was the one item. And he told the dude, listen, if we happen to get food, you're good. And I'm going to give you like 2 weeks. I can go 2 weeks, he said. But then after that, I'm going to start chopping you up. And he said, I'm going to try to just take little hunks of you so we could live. He goes, I'll give you some for you too. I'll share. And he's like, you want me to eat me? And he's like, this is what we're going to have to do. You know what I'm saying? So homeboy fucking started slicing off pieces of this dude's calf and shit. Crazy, man. People are animals. So then what happens is these two dudes, they get on the table and they ride the table down. And what they do is they try to get people just to eat a portion so that the people down, you know, they're trying to create this thing where everyone
like equality, a little equality.
That everybody fucking understands that there's someone below you that needs to eat too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a very interesting movie. I didn't like the ending, of course. They always just, it just didn't make sense to me. You know, they could have did it so much better, but it was an interesting movie. You know, it was very interesting. You know, I feel like there's going to be some places like that. You know, the traveling runner says by the time it gets to the first floor, it's just a bunch of turd burgers. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they would do shit like that too. They would shit on the table. It was horrible. Like, it's bad enough. I worry you sometimes. Why?
He worries me too, bro. He does, dude.
Why? Why do I worry you?
So the message of the movie was what? About like inequality and how fucked up people are and like that kind of thing. Like what was the meaning?
That's why I don't like the ending, because when they start to go down, you know, and they're beating people, and I mean they're fucking people up because they're like, get away from the table. No one, you know, today you're fasting, and they had to get at least 50 floors down because they figured the first 50 people ate.
Right.
It's once you go past the 50 is when those people are starting to starve, and you got like 300 floors. So, you know, they would tell people to back up. They had these metal poles, tell people to back up, and they'd go and rush the table anyway, and they would just bash them. Wow. I mean, cracking head. They were like killing people just to try to make people work together, you know. And they run into this one dude because it's always that, you know, there's always that older black dude that has a lot of wisdom. So on one of the floors, there's a black dude in a wheelchair, and he tells him, you know, doing this is one thing, but if you really want them to know, you have to send them a message. And he said, and the best way to send, because what happens is when it goes down and it finally goes to the bottom, it shoots all the way back up to the top. Like if you're looking over, it'll fucking chop your head off. Like it just goes right up to the top. So they told him to take one of the best dishes and protect that best dish. And it was like a little fucking cream puff thing. I don't even know what it was, but they have to protect that and don't let no one eat that. And then when the thing goes back up, the elite would see that the cupcake is still there. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, that's the message that we're looking out for each other. We're going to make sure that everybody eats. You know what I'm saying?
So they don't get anything on the first round, but then they send them back up something at the end.
Well, in other words, they're giving out the food. They're rationing the food, but the food never goes all the way down. By the time that shit shoots back up, motherfuckers are eating plates. You know what I'm saying? So they said if you send it back up and there's actually like the best dish is left there untouched, they're saying that that's the message to them that you're not going to get us this way. We're going to take care of each other.
Okay.
You know, but you know, in the process of doing that, they do fucking crack a lot. I mean, just crack heads wide open like nothing. It's not that hard. A lot of these people are starving already.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's a crazy concept. I sometimes wonder where people come up with this shit. You know, who knows? I think movies are about to get better again because they're all going to be getting written by AI.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think anyone is going to write their own shit anymore.
Well, you know, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was like, I mean, what's the real difference between, you know, say if you're writing a movie, right? Or so this is something that I do with my videos now. Like, so I can transcribe the video, right? So I can take the audio storyline from the video that I have, convert it to text, and then throw it through ChatGPT, and then get recommendations on, you know, like sorting. And it's the same shit you would do with if you hired a writer, you know what I mean? To help you write your shit. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference?
I don't know. I think there's a difference when you have like songwriters saying, write me a song about this.
Yeah, that's different. You know, that's generating, you know what I mean? That's like generating an entire idea. Like what I'm talking about, like I do that with our shows. Like if we have a short clip, I'll convert it into text and then throw it through there to get recommendations for like summarizations and stuff like that.
Like you could even be like, you know, write me a fucking song, or like write me a funny movie about, you know, and you just give the premise. And then next thing you know, the shit spits out like 300-page fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? You're a fucking clown.
Gigglefoot, the red-nosed comedian. Logline: when a famous comedian, Gary G. Garcia, accidentally angers a mystical fortune teller, he is cursed with a permanent red nose and giant clown shoes. Desperate to break the curse, Gary sets off on a wild, laugh-filled journey that will change his life forever. Genre: comedy, adventure. Plot: Act 1. Gary G. Garcia is a stand-up comedian known for his sharp wit and sarcastic humor. One evening, he performs at a club that shares a space with a carnival. After a show, he visits a fortune teller named Madame Zara.
Ooh.
As a joke, he accidentally insults her. Furious, Madame Zara curses Gary, causing him to transform into a clown with a permanent red nose and giant shoes. Confused, Gary flees the carnival and seeks refuge in his apartment. Gary desperately tries to hide his new appearance from his friends, family, and the media. Eventually, he learns the only way to break the curse is to make Madame Zara laugh. He teams up with a group of misfit clowns from the carnival, including the sassy fire breather, Lola, and the juggler. The juggler, Bumbles, and the wise old clown mentor, Mr. Whiskers. The clown crew helps Gary master the art of clowning and physical comedy, which brings him closer to his new friends and changes his perspective on humor. Gary discovers that his giant shoes grant him the power of Gigglefoot, enabling him to make people laugh uncontrollably by nearly stepping on their feet. His newfound skills and gigglefoot power, Gary sets out to find Madame Zara, who has disappeared. Along the way, Gary's crew encounters such obstacles as rival comedians, an angry mob of circus animals, and a particularly vengeful unicyclist.
Why do I see Adam playing that role?
Through teamwork and laughter, they overcome these challenges, strengthening their bond and teaching Gary the value of true friendship. Eventually tracked down Madame Zara with the help of new friends, Gary finally makes her laugh, breaking the curse. Grateful for life lessons and friendship, Gary incorporates his own clowning skills into his stand-up comedy, finding new levels of success and happiness. Get ready to laugh your big shoes off with Gary G. Garcia in the wildest, funniest adventure of his life.
I think I'd go see that.
What's that?
I think I would go see that.
Dude, right?
Yeah, I think I would go see that, yo. Gary Gigglefoot.
It would actually be really fun to just produce a bunch of really dumb short films that are entirely based off of ChatGPT. Like whatever it gives you is just what you run with.
But I also noticed it just gives you like you would still have to go in and write the lines and everything.
No, bro. So
you could take that.
No,
and then you could say.
So you could say,
you could
can
take
you
that.
write scene 1?
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, the shit is
wow, man. That's
nuts.
That's crazy, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for the main event? Please give a one. Dude, I don't think I told you this, dude. There was one night I was fucking around with this and I got it to write. Remember that I was telling you about the mockumentary idea where we kill you off? And then I go on the search for you. You remember that idea from like a year or two ago? You remember me telling you that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I put that in. I put that in here. Let me see if I can find it, dude. It was pretty funny. What you got over there?
Mr. Zoo sent me something. I haven't seen it. We'll check out what he sent me once. Oh, I also sent you something because we were talking about earlier about cops or whatever. I forgot what we were saying, but I sent you a picture from the other night. I think it was Thursday night show.
Mm-hmm.
There were these 2 cops in the audience, and when the show first started, the dude in the red, like he screamed something out at Nancy right when I got on stage, like screamed something out of her to try to scare her, but like it was so loud, it got everybody's attention to look over there, like what the fuck. Meanwhile, I had just got on stage, so of course, I said something to the dude in red, right? So right away I go and I say something to him, and then now he's like hard. Now he's just like this, looking at me the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
And then I started talking about drugs or whatever, and I called him out for being a cop. I said, "Am I right, officer?" You know what I'm saying? And he looks at his boy and he's like, "How the fuck did he know we were cops?"
I mean, come on.
I'm like, you look like. I said, "Did you just ask him how'd I know?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You look like every cop, both of you, whoever fucking patted me down, everyone." I said, "You guys look like you drove here in a cruiser." You know what I'm saying? Take a look at these guys. Now bring back up the picture. He's asking me, how did I know? He goes, I'm completely like,
incognito.
Yeah. He thought he was the red one. Couldn't believe. I mean, look at them. Look at those faces.
Well, it's the shoes too. These Under Armour shoes. These are cop shoes. These are off-duty cop sneakers.
Everything
right here.
about it. The jeans, the shape of their bodies, the
Beards.
fucking faces. Look at their faces. 100% jump out boys, yo. 100% jump out boys. And then I started just talking about cops and going crazy about shit. And we wound up becoming friends. Took a picture at the end. It was great.
What did you get him back on? Remember, was there a particular joke that brought him in, you think?
It was a bunch of stuff. And then once I found out he was a cop, I was like, "Have you been drinking tonight, officer?"
That is awesome.
Yeah, they wanted to buy me a drink too. They were cool. They were real cool, man. Like now that I don't do crime like I used to, I get along with cops.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's an energy that you must put out there when you're into crime, because they just, even like, when I get pulled over, it's completely different.
It's guilt, bro. It's guilt. You can feel guilt. Guilt radiates, and people know that. And cops are around it so much, they know.
That's like that book. What's the name of the book? Do I have it right here? Oh man, where'd that book go? That's like that book where the dude tries to do what's Alan Rice says, fuck 6x2.
He's talking about police. Yo, what up, Alan, bro? Good to
he's
see you,
talking
dog.
about.
Shout out to you, my boy.
Oh, that's the book, Crime and Punishment. You ever read that book?
No.
Crime and Punishment. It's a great book.
Crime and Punishment, Punishment and Crime.
It's a classic, man.
Crime and Punishment, Punishment and Crime.
Yeah, this shit right here.
Yep.
Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. How the fuck do you pronounce that fucking name right there?
Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Crime and Punishment.
It's
Punishment and Crime.
It's a classic, right? And basically, it's about a dude trying to pull off the perfect murder. And what he believes is that if you can totally remove yourself from the murder, in other words, if you murder somebody just to murder somebody, and you can remove the guilt, then you can get away with it, you know. But then when he kills and he winds up, you know, putting it to a test, and he kills, like, I think his landlord or someone in the building. Everyone's a perp to please. Oh, I always say it. Ever since I was 15, I fit a description. You could describe a house, and I fit that description always. Since then, you fit a description, you know. But it was a lot different back then too, man. I mean, with the stop and frisk shit, it was a lot different. But this dude winds up killing someone in the building, and like they have no clue it's him, but it's conscious. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Conscious.
Yeah, it keeps fucking with him, so he thinks they know. And he thinks that they're fucking with him, you know, and it winds up that, like, you know, he winds up giving himself up, you know, because he's so bugging out. Like, he doesn't just give himself up. He winds up fucking up because he thinks that they know, and he thinks that they're fucking with him and this and that. And basically the storyline is there is no perfect murder because your conscience will get back at you. But then again, what about those people that like have no conscience?
Well, those are sociopaths, man. The rules don't apply. The rules don't apply to them. And that was my dad actually made that comment. We were talking about the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski. Do you know the story about him?
He was a hitman, right? But he used to make it look like accidents or something.
Well, so he did it in a bunch of different ways. So this guy Kuklinski was a Polish guy from North Jersey, right? And he was really around in like the golden age of the mob, like in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I think really up until like the 80s and 90s too. So he's kind of on that the end of the golden age, I guess, into the new into the 80s era of the mob. But you know, the thing with him is he wasn't Italian, so he couldn't ever get made, right?
Yeah.
So he made his business as a hitman, and he could contract for all of the 5 families because he wasn't really tied to anybody, and everyone liked him. So they didn't really mind that he worked for, you know, a bunch of different people, but he was a Jersey cat. The dude called his first body. So he was a Polish dude, right? And had the very stereotypical, you know, he was big. You know, people said he was kind of goofy looking, and he was like oafy, but he was like a big dude as a kid. Like at like 11, he was like just like had like a man's body, but like kind of was like childish, right?
Yeah. So
he was living in, I think, like Jersey City or Elizabeth Union, like one of those, like, you know, tough North Jersey like cities, right? And he's walking home from school, and this dude just keeps beating him up every single day after school, right? So the kid says one day, I'm gonna get this guy. So one day he walks you know, the same way home, and he used to get mugged like in this little alleyway. He stashed a fucking piece of pipe. So when the dude came up to him, he took the pipe out and killed the dude at 12, beat the shit out of his bully with the pipe, and then walked home. Never said a word to anybody about it. And that's what started it. Dude, he drove around in actually Alan's putting this up there, but he drove around in an ice cream truck and would cyanide people to make it look like a heart attack. And that was one of the ways he couldn't do it. Yeah, you keep bodies in the freezer.
Says the other guy drove around in an ice cream truck, kept bodies in the freezer so they couldn't determine time of death.
He met up with this dude in the 80s who was doing the same thing, this other hitman, and they were trading secrets of how to, the ice cream truck guy taught Kuklinski how to use cyanide. And if you use a low dose of cyanide and spray it in like an air mist, it just looks like a heart attack because it's below the dose that they test for on a toxicology report. So say if it's like 1 gram of cyanide, and it's probably like nanograms or micrograms or whatever, but say if it's 1 gram, he would give you a 0.5 gram, which would be just enough to trigger a heart attack, but just under to where they could tell what it was from. So he would take a little Mr. bottle, bro. He'd be walking around like Lower Manhattan, and he would just spray somebody on the sidewalk, walk the corner, wait a little bit, watch them fall, and then keep going.
I'm surprised that when he would spray somebody, they would be like, "What the fuck you just spray on me, dog?"
I mean, dude, you're just talking about like a little bit of water or something.
Yeah, in New York, it's hard to tell. You got those mystery drips all the time.
Yeah, dude, and there's
now. I'm glad I haven't really walked around New York in a while, but now if I walk around, I get a mystery drip. You know, the traveling runner walked home and had a bowl of cereal. That's a cold documentary, man. He was a heartless human. Now, do they have the documentary or the movie? Because I know there's a movie.
There's a movie. The movie, and the movie's really not that good. There is There's a couple different documentaries out there. The weirdest part about him was
I gotta check it out.
He would keep like these like weird,
mementos.
Nah, dude. No. Never did any of that shit.
Oh, all right, yeah.
No, but like he'd come home, had kids, wife, the house, was like doing normal fucking dad shit, like living in like a nice they interviewed him too. He also, when he was in jail in Trenton State Prison, he admitted to his cellmate that he was the guy who killed Hoffa, that killed Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah,
it was an old HBO show. Oh, I gotta look into that, man. But wait, what were you saying? You said something just before that. Oh, about the fact that he had a family and shit, and he was, dude, the BTK killer. The BTK killer was a married dude, had kids, worked in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like he was big time in his church.
Yeah, the Iceman confesses secrets of a mafia hitman. Let me know if this is the one you're talking about. Yeah, see, there's a couple of them. Iceman and the psychiatrist. Yeah, there's a couple out there.
I gotta look into them. But yeah, I mean, dude, that's what they
do. The book is fantastic, G. If you want to look into it at all, I would say read the book because you're a reader, you know?
Yeah.
Read the book. The book's great. It's like 500-600 pages, but it's mostly like dialogue. I mean, you read it in like a week. Dude, he used to, bro. If somebody in the mob wanted a guy.
How many pages you said it was?
Like 500 or 600.
And you said a week? You think it would take me a week to read?
I mean,
600 pages. You don't think I could read? You don't think I could read that 200 pages a day? You don't think I got that in me?
Well, no, I know you have the time because you don't do a job, so you have
the time to read. What am I doing now? Do you know how much it took me to get up this morning? People think it's easy, man. It's not easy. I thought I was going to be sleeping till 3. I took ate the fucking mushrooms last night. I woke up this morning. I was still kind of, I had to go fucking deal with Dunkin' Donuts. I went in there and this dude ordered a grocery list of fucking food. All right, don't tell me I don't fucking work and that I have time. I mean, time comes sporadically. I'm working right now.
Okay, so we'll be done by 3, and then you have another 3.5 hours until you have to go to work.
I have a 6 o'clock show.
Oh, yeah, but are you on at 6?
I am first, so I'll be on about like 6:20. The book is always better. The toilet book. Oh, you read it while you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't like bringing my phone in, but I always do. I can't even remember the last time I went to the bathroom without bringing my phone to like look at shit.
It used to be reading. I used to read all the time in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, in all the bathrooms in my parents' house, they have like a little, basket with like magazines or books or whatever.
All black flagged.
Well, it was a red dot. I think that's what it was, right? Wasn't it the red dot?
No, the red dot was on the cashmere.
Oh, it's been flagged. It's been Brentano.
Yeah, it's been flagged. Yeah, because he went to this has been to the bathroom. This book has been to the bathroom. It's been flagged. He goes, they set you up to give you bran muffins and coffee. It's a setup.
Been flagged. I know. I used to work at a Bertano's.
So you had a whole bunch of flagged books and your shit. Everybody reading them, probably looking at their finger like this to turn the pages, and there's all fucking feces bacteria. Came up with the name feces. Such a terrible word.
Fecal matter.
Fecal. Feces. That's a bad word. Gato Gordo says, been a good rule for me to leave it out of the bathroom.
I
Keeps me reading. Yeah. You know, like I said, then you got someone sitting down. They look, they see a bunch of books. Of course, you're going to pick one up. And everybody's sharing all that, you know, because they say when you flush the toilet, if you don't flush it with the top up, bacteria just shoots out of that toilet. That's why you're supposed to put the toilet seat down when you flush. You know, what are you showing me, man?
This is a tattoo that someone got. This is from the Kenny Rogers chicken episode when Kramer opens the door and the red light is coming in. Somebody got this shit tattooed on their leg, dog.
Yo, Kevin, what do you think of that tattoo right there? Could you please zoom in a little bit? Let's see the detail. What do you think of this fucking tattoo? Is this not horrible? Oh my God, that shit is horrible, dog. That looks nothing like Kramer. He looks fat.
He does look fat.
Oh, that's a horrible tattoo.
And if you want to get it done, it's by Vinnie Morris at Cool Tattoo Providence in Rhode Island.
Nah, man, go check out Gato Gordo, man. Hit him up. That's my boy. You know, he's the one who did a bunch of my stuff, man. I mean, Kev, dog. That's my boy. What did I sent you something?
Yes. You want me to get to it?
Yeah, let's see what Mr. Zoo sent us, man. Big up to you. Let's see. People always send us stuff, especially when we're on. Let's see what he's showing.
Bad news for the wrecking crews who've been making a lot of pocket money every rainy day on this bridge, repairing bent fenders and towing crippled cars to the auto hospitals. This shows you the entrance to the new auto highway on the Manhattan side. The ramp runs from 57th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues and then turns right onto the roadway. This ramp was some job to build. They had to cut through houses and muss things up in general. Now we're on the roadway itself, taking a look at the traffic as it is today.
Look at those cars.
The traffic was still bad back then.
Let's take a ride. If you live in Long Island, this is the way you'll go home at night. The highway will be a one-way street during rush hours to Manhattan in the morning and to Long Island in the evening. It's supposed to be a non-skid road, so you can safely take your new flivver over without scratching the paint. This work will cost about $2 million and is nearly 2 miles long. It's hoped to increase the capacity of the bridge about 50% and enable you to get to work on time. And then you can't alibi to the boss about being held up in the bridge traffic. They expect the new highway to be opened in June, which will make it great for weekends if you want to get an early start for the beaches. And now we're getting near the Long Island end of the roadway, which runs into Queens Boulevard. Now that's Long Island City, which is an awful place to be left in. I hope you'll forgive me.
Oh shit! He said, which is an awful place to be left in. Is that what?
And then he said, "I'll hope you'll forgive me."
I don't forgive you, man. Long Island City's the shit. But back then, I guess I feel what you're saying.
I mean, that would have been like 1930. Was it not good?
It says the year on there.
1931. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Long Island City, not a good place to be left in, he said. That's crazy. What about those cars, man? Back in the day was crazy. Even if you look at the way people used to just dress, like when you look at pictures of people walking around the street, kids are in ties and shoes. Everyone's dressed in like suits.
Yeah, why do they do that? What was up with that?
That was just the natural way people had class back then.
I guess.
Now people walking out there in pajama pants.
I hate that, dude. I have a rule. I don't leave the house in sweatpants.
You don't leave that? Why? You don't wear sweatpants outside the house?
No. Unless I'm like running to the store or something. Like
you don't throw on some gray sweatpants, go out there thirst trapping?
Not if I'm going out in public.
Really? What's wrong with sweatpants?
I have respect for myself and class when I'm out in public.
But what about if they're a nice pair of sweatpants?
No, dude, they're sweatpants.
But they make nice pairs, like
yeah. I know. And you look good when you're at your house, dog. They're sweatpants. If you're going to and from the gym, sweatpants are fine. Sweatpants are not meant to be. If you're going out, dude, you're gonna go to a restaurant in fucking sweatpants, dog.
No, not
absolutely not.
If you're walking around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Walking around, going to the corner
chilling,
store,
going to your boy's house,
going to your boy's house. Yes, picking up, going out.
That's
to
outside of your house.
Yes, but that's not out in public.
No, that is public.
No,
the minute you leave your house, you're out in public.
But you're not going out.
You're saying going to a certain destination.
Going out.
You're not wearing.
Yeah, out.
I'm saying outside.
I'm saying out. When you're going out.
You're playing with those words. You should you should run for president. That's what you should do with the way you play with those words.
I've been in way too many rehabs to run for any sort of political office.
That's not true. That's no. There's no rule that says you can't be an ex junkie.
No, there's not, dude. But the campaign ad would be. Did you know Republican candidate for city mayor, Brian
Licata? There's a picture of you.
No, dude, it's just a video. It's just a video of me like this.
There's a video of you like that, and then they just released this new footage from behind a dumpster. Here's a video of him during some different times. Yo, man, I'll suck your dick. Do you really want this man as mayor? And they keep putting it on replay. I suck your dick. I suck your dick. I suck your dick.
I would win in a landslide in San Francisco.
Yeah, but you'd have a big price to pay. It's like I told my boy Marcelo Perez. He's on he just started on. Big up to Marcelo Perez, man. He's a comedian that I met in Ohio. The minute I met him, I knew he was gonna be a star. He's on Saturday Night Live now, and he constantly comes by the midnight show, does drop-ins, and I was telling him, dude, you're almost there. Well, I asked him, I said, did anybody offer you any dicks yet? And he's like, not yet. And I said, well, dude, you're getting close to it. They're gonna, you're gonna be offered some dicks, and then you're gonna have some big decisions to make. That's when you got.
Is he prepared?
I was trying to prepare him, man, because he's blowing up, man. Like he's on SNL. They put him on SNL. Like they show him. He's not one of those cast members that a lot of times people get on and you don't even see him, But this kid's
he's
on
a Miami guy, right? That's a dude who was on Only. I think he was on the Only in Dade. He's from Miami, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I think so. He was doing comedy down there, and there's an Instagram account called Only in Dade, and it's like a repost and comedy page for like the Dade County area. It's awesome. If you don't follow it on Instagram, you should check it out.
No, of course I don't follow it. Why would I follow it?
Because it's funny.
It's Miami. I've never been to Miami. I have no care about what's going on over there.
We should go, bro. You would love Miami. Probably too many Spanish people for you, though, to be honest. Everyone would be speaking Spanish to you, dog. You would fucking hate it. You would get so mad, bro. When we were living down there, like my girl was like, oh my God, yo. It was just like, it's a lot, Like,
well, listen, I'm allowed to say that. I'm Puerto Rican. Your girl saying that is a little racist, just so you know. That's how it works nowadays, people. Yeah, drink that water.
Shouldn't have said that.
Oops. Nah, listen, that's not racist. It's just the observation. If there are a lot of people out there talking Spanish, then that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And of course,
it is, dude. It is. It's like
I worked construction for like a year with just a bunch of Spanish dudes. Never understood a word they were saying. I didn't learn it. I didn't pick it up. Because they're like, if you hang out with Spanish people, you'll pick it up. I did nothing. I worked with them for like a year.
Do you know
all they did was talk Spanish?
Do you know why you didn't pick it up? And I'll tell you. I'll tell you this, because if you work with Spanish people, you will pick it up if, and this is very important, if you try and you make an effort. If you don't do that, you're not going to learn dick.
Maybe they were just bad teachers.
Nah, dog.
I don't know.
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
I've always tried. Every now and then I make
¿Tú quieres aprender?
Don't do that.
Tú enseñas. Yo enseño.
Don't do that. I've made attempts. Like I've made attempts to learn my language here and there because I've seen people who were like, oh, when I came here, I didn't know how to speak anything, and then I just watched TV, and off of TV they were able to pick up like how to speak English, and then they learned it from watching TV. So I said, all right. So there was a moment when I was watching nothing but novelas and the Spanish channel and just keeping it on, thinking that I would eventually pick it up. Right? I mean, if it's being spoken around you all the time, eventually you're not going to pick it up.
Yeah, but did you have the captions on? Like that's what you got. That's what you got to do.
But wouldn't it be in Spanish?
No, what you can do is, and when I was working on the
See, but these people, the people that I'm talking like we didn't have that back in the day. So that's not how
on
they
cable.
did it.
Yeah.
And that's not how they did it. They were like watching fucking Happy Days, and they learned how to speak English by the Fonz.
Well, I think if you're coming to the United States and then watching TV here, you would be able to pick it up more because you're also surrounded by people speaking English. It'd be harder. It'd be harder the other way. It'd be harder as an American if you're just watching Spanish TV to pick it up with nobody speaking Spanish around you. But like when I worked on the golf course, I had people speaking Spanish to me all day. And then when I would watch like documentaries or something at night, I would turn on Spanish captions. So then I'd read the Spanish sometimes. And then so I could like read and listen back, and I would change the languages back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think that would work for me. Because I get so caught up just reading, and I'd just be reading, and I wouldn't be hearing what they're saying.
Easy, so bro. He'll come with fucking me, bro. I'll speak.
So how you coming to Puerto Rico with an interpreter? No, they told me that in Puerto Rico they speak English like crazy out there. So what are you talking about? I think you told me that too when I told you I don't speak the language, and you were like, they all speak English out here. Am I wrong? Am I bugging out?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's some spots where you can't speak in English.
Well, it's not like I'm making plans to go to Puerto Rico. You're the one who keeps telling me to come out there. So yeah, like come out to Puerto Rico. It's not like I'm sitting here going, I want to go to Puerto Rico.
I do. I want to go. We should go, bro.
We should go everywhere. One day we will. Our goal is to do the podcast in different countries all over the place. Like I've traveled, but everywhere I travel is like English places. The traveling runner said I used to watch the Spanish Weather Woman. Yeah, you also get caught up watching that, but then you're not listening to what they're saying anyway, because it's just a gorgeous woman moving her mouth. And at that point, it becomes Charlie Brown language to me. You're just looking at her. I mean, I made attempts, man. I took 2 classes of Spanish, didn't learn shit. Yeah, we got to take it international, dude. I agree. So it depends where you go. Brian wants to go. Are you scared of planes? Yes. Not scared. I get on planes, no problem. So I'm not really scared of planes, but I prefer not to get on planes.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, why? And I go, because they go in the sky. We're not fucking birds. Now I will say this before you, Soul, I already know before you start sending me, you're more likely to die in a car crash. Yeah, like a great number of them make it to their destination.
Most of them.
Like it's crazy how when you look at it, a good 90-something%, you know what I'm saying? Like make it. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time that shit goes just as planned. But you have those once in a while moments, where like, I don't know, I feel like car crashes are different.
There have been 0.34 plane accidents per 100,000 departures. So there was a 1 in 3.37 billion chance of dying in a commercial flight between 2012 and 2016.
Well, that's encouraging.
And 98.6% of crashes did not result in a fatality.
Really?
If you took one domestic flight a day, every day of the week, odds are you could go 36,000 years before you die in a plane crash.
Unless one of those planes at the time you get it. The odds, I don't know, man.
Yeah, see, the odds don't really matter like that because
when you're in it.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's not like you're gambling and you got more money.
Gentlemen, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please put your head between your knees and prepare for a crash. And someone's gonna go, what are the odds? We're gonna crash. What are the odds? Gato Gordo says Rio, Medellin, and Buenos
Medellin.
Medellin. That's right, 2 L's. And Buenos Aires. The traveling runner says, unless you're on the Malaysian air flight, those go up and never come down. Saul says, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Saul.
What is he thanking you for?
I don't know. Probably my willingness to travel to Puerto Rico to come see him instead of you.
I'll go when I'm able. It's not my fault I get paid just enough to survive, man.
Dude, you can take a Spirit flight, bro.
It's not. No, I don't do Spirit. I told you, I don't even like the name. I don't do Spirit. I did it once, and the whole time it felt like we were crashing. We were going up, and it still felt like I was going down. All their chairs lean forward. It's like they purposely want you to be uncomfortable.
No, they do. Yeah, they go out of their way to make it.
Yeah, they go out of their way to make it uncomfortable.
For fact checking. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, that's why he does what he does. Every now and then he's on point. You know,
Medellin. The cocaine.
So yeah, Jay, right? Medellin. All right. I'm learning, man. I'm not afraid to learn. Okay, just so you know, I'm not afraid to learn. I'm very open to learning new things. You know. Ow. All my bones hurt, dog. I'm getting old.
You look great though, G.
Dude, don't I? Yo, dude, I'm telling you that lotion is working. Look at my eyes. I didn't get no sleep last night. I went to sleep buzzing. Look, they look great, man. They're not blue. You know, like this was all dark and blue, yo. And very wrinkly, you know. Gato Gordo, you got me as a guide. Let's go. Yeah, man. Kev, you do a lot of traveling. Kev's been all over the place.
He's Spanish? Colombian, Kev? Or
Colombian?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's crazy because, like, you guessed that just now. And, like, I knew him for years before I knew he was Colombian. And he speaks Spanish.
The only reason I'm guessing is because you said Rio, Medellin, Buenos Aires, and then gave us the pronunciation of Medellin. So I figured he was Colombian.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just it's the profile picture that gives him away, dude. That's how I knew he was Colombian.
Gato Gordo says this is his profile picture, right? Yeah, it's definitely a Colombian cat. I need that stuff. I got suitcases under mine. I'm getting lost there. What are we talking about here? Because I don't know when you're bringing those up. Well, what's that stuff? He never had a clue. I'm lost. What are we talking about?
I think he's saying about you being about you.
Yeah. I didn't have a clue. He bugged me out. And you know what? Just out of nowhere, big up.
Oh, he said suitcases under his eyes.
Oh, okay.
He needs the stuff. He needs the cream.
Oh, dude, it's fucking. I mean, this ain't the one I'm using right here, but it's called Lab Series, man. And my son-in-law gave me like a whole bunch of like little tubes and shit. I got some morning shit and night shit. I normally don't care about it, but I noticed I was getting very wrinkly. I started getting that Kramer look when he was hanging out with smokers.
The catcher's mitt
face. I started feeling like that, especially under my eyes, man. But look, man, I'm not even bugging. Look, no wrinkles. It's actually tightening up my face, dog. That's some good shit.
Dude, that is a
big up to Kyle.
That is one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes. Look away, I'm hideous. And he's got all this stuff in his teeth.
He goes, look at your face. It looks like a catcher's mitt. I just want to take a second, though, to give a Rated G shout out to my man Gato Gordo's moms. One of the coolest moms you're ever going to meet. Yeah, the first time he spoke Spanish, I bugged out. I was like, how the fuck? Because he spoke it and it didn't sound white. It sounded like Spanish.
And you thought he was white?
I thought he was white.
His name's Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I thought he was white. He's not. Go figure. But, you know, we come in all. I thought Gato was talking about suitcases of cocaine. Cocaine. The cocaine. It's all garbage now. You know. Gato Gordo says, my man, she just asked about you. She left to Florence. See what I'm saying? These people are always traveling, man. But yo, she's crazy, dude. One night she came and gave tattoos to Kev and to Jimmy Gestapo.
She did?
Yeah.
She's a tattoo artist also, or no? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is what drinking does, dude. She's mad cool. I'm telling you, one of the coolest moms you're ever gonna meet. Big up to her, man. You know, it just popped in my head to give her a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's another one who made a very good kid, man. Kevin's the man, yo. Good people, good hearts, man. Where you going, Fidgety?
You know, I gotta change the battery.
This guy, man, always fidgeting. But while we take this break, if you're looking for some good bud in Astoria, Queens, go check out Apollo Bud. It's one of the best dispensaries out there, man, on Astoria Boulevard and Crescent Street. And tell them that you found out about the place through Rated G and get a free eighth with your first purchase of an eighth or more. All right. And when you're done smoking, the weekend's here. Like we always like to say, grab yourself a drink, smoke a little bit of Apollo's buds, and go into your closet, get yourself the XXX Playground. If you don't got one yet, what are you waiting for, man? Don't you want to get fist deep in someone you love? Then do it. Get yourself the best adult communication tool game ever made and blame it on the dice. XXX Playground. You can cop it only at XXXplayground.com. Go check it out. Go cop it and get closer to the one you love. So close.
And if you want to get one of these, you can go to enditwasgood.net/shop and pick up a Rated G mug.
If you ain't got a Rated G mug yet, you know, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
And if you live in the city or a dangerous neighborhood, these mugs are actually very, very durable, and you can take it with you. And you can crack somebody across the face with it.
I was going to say that. You take it with you when you leave, and now it doubles as a weapon. Dude, I was just going to say that. It works.
Yeah, it's hard. You hear that?
That would have been great if you just busted it over your head just now. If it just cracked right over your head, that shit would have been awesome.
If I just did it for the show, if I was just like, fuck it.
Even just like playing around, if you would have just like tapped your head with it and it just smashed on your head afterwards saying it's durable.
We're still live, baby. You didn't miss anything. Thank you.
Yeah, we're still live. You made it. And happy birthday, Brian. Another happy birthday, Brian. Get the tub of lube.
That's for XXX Playground.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it doesn't come with, lube not included. You know what I'm saying?
No, lube not included.
Also not mandatory. You know, if you're a spitter, you can still play. You know? My ear's itching, man.
I'll put it up in the comments, Kev.
Yeah, and it was good.net/shop. It's a great mug, man. I bought like 6 of them. Gave them out. They make great gifts, you know, for Memorial Day. They make great Memorial Day gifts.
You're a dick, though.
What's your favorite holiday, dude? Are you into? I'm not into holidays anymore, man. I just don't care.
All right, I'm into holidays for this reason, and this reason alone is only for the parties that I have with the family, that we all get together, you know, because it's the time when we all get together. And I would say Thanksgiving is my favorite. And Thanksgiving isn't my favorite for the actual party. It's the historical significance behind Thanksgiving that I really, really support. You know, our takeover of the American continent and the manifest destiny of the white man. That is why I like Thanksgiving.
I disagree with you, man. I used to feel the way you feel. Now I just feel like, you know what? That's what people did back in the day. They conquered shit. And they're still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people did. They conquered shit.
Yeah, they
you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone wants to act like, oh, this country's or whatever. Man, listen, man. That's what went on. People conquered shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Things got taken over. We were blessed enough to be born in a place that got taken over. And for many, many years, it was better than any other place you can go. You know, for many years. At least I believe that. I could be completely wrong. It's like Mo said, people who say that never traveled. And it's true. I mean, I've traveled, but I always go to English-speaking places. Like I've been to London.
You have?
Yeah, I've been to London. I've been to Amsterdam.
Was that when you were on tour that you guys did that or no?
Amsterdam, I went I went twice to Amsterdam. Once because my boy Butchie won a trip on the
Oh
radio.
yes, I remember this story. Yeah.
Yeah, and then once I went with my boy Peter George,
Uh-huh.
and
Did you guys just go?
yeah, we just went to go. Our album was just about to be released. It was dope because I was wearing one of our band shirts, and we went into this place called the Gray Area. It was the only place in Amsterdam that had they had Phillies, right? Because the dude was from New York, so it was a New York feel to it, and we went to this place called it wasn't the Gray Area. The place we went to was called Video Bong Hits, CIA, cannabis in Amsterdam, CIA, and it was Video Bong Hits. Yeah, radio contest Insanity. Dude, he bought me. We had a great time. We went to London. We won the trip to London. It was the grand opening of Planet Hollywood out there.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, and we hung out with like all the big-headed stars. They all got big heads. But then we found out because it was
like large.
Yeah. Big heads, man. I'm telling you, I got Hollywood head, man. It's that bobblehead kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I
but
have
it was
it?
so
Is it just because my body's skinny that it might look a little bulbous sometimes?
Yeah, it works. When you have a bigger head than your body, for some reason on camera, it looks better. I'm just telling you, it's the truth, man. Yeah, man. Rest in power, Butchie. That was my dog, but he brought me out there. And then we went to go get weed, and Butchie was gone for like 3 hours. He left me in the fucking park. We met these two chicks. He left me in the park with this one chick, and he was gone for like 3 hours. And now I'm sitting there thinking, oh, and this is before cell phone. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this dude just got robbed. He's probably tied up somewhere, because we went to like some shady spot. Every place got him. And then we picked up, he finally came back after 3 hours, and he had like these 2 tiny bags. Tiny. And they were like $20 each.
I thought there was a lot of weed out there too.
No, this is England. This was London.
Oh, you're in London. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we found
not a lot of weed out there.
Nah, then we found out that because we were complaining, and one of the chicks said, "Well, whatchamacallit is only like an hour away. Amsterdam's only like an hour away." And Butchie was like, "What?" And he said, "Yo, G, you down to go to Amsterdam tomorrow?" We were supposed to stay in London for a week. Instead, we went to the grand opening, and then we jetted to Amsterdam.
And dipped, yeah. Sick.
And then we went back to London to leave from London.
Right,
because your flight
was out. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was dope. I was like, dude, I don't got the money on me, but if
I got you, dog.
If your credit card is good enough, I got you when we get back. And his credit card was good enough. So we went out there. That was the first time I went. The whole time we were there, we just kept saying, who's better than us? You know what I'm saying? You're talking 90.
Yeah.
1990, and we're out there smoking weed in fucking
Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
And what were you like? You're probably 20? You were 20, right?
I was 20. Yeah, it was amazing. And then I went back with Peter George, I think in 92, 91, about 91, right before the album came out. He was always he always found the good. Yeah, he never scared. Nah, man. Well, I mean, because he was nuts and kind of on a mission. He was never scared. Scared wasn't what Butchie was ever, man. That's my dog. I first met him at a Murphy's Law concert on top of a speaker. He introduced himself and then dove off the top of the speaker into the crowd. He was insane. Love that dog, man. Yeah, but we had a great time out there, man. And then we snuck some weed back with us.
I would not have done that.
I didn't. Well, when I went back with Pete, and then when I went back with Peter, we went to the museum, the marijuana hash museum out there, and there's a whole section of how they bust people trying to sneak shit back. And when I saw the things that they caught people with, I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, it was like nothing, right? Like a joint.
Dude, they caught this dude with a brick of hash. It was in his heel of his shoe, and the heel popped out, and the brick was in the. Was in the hash was in the thing, and I'm like, how did they find that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they find? Then they had a chick had a big dildo, and the dildo was cut open, and a brick of hash was like sticking out out of the big dildo, and I'm like, how did they find that in the dildo? I guess they pulled the rope. Well, they must have saw it in the X-ray. I guess they saw the phallical dildo, and then inside saw something
Emptiness.
else.
Yeah.
Or picked it up and went like this and it just stood stiff. There was no wiggle. You know what I'm saying? She should have put weed in there. Instead, she put hash and it kept it. Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
dude, I can never imagine, bro.
So,
like, oh, get locked up abroad.
Yo, dude. So I saw all that and I was like, oh my God. Gato Gordo says, same way you see the cops in the crowd, they see the smugglers too.
Yeah,
Well,
bro,
I mean,
sure.
but here's the thing. When I was with Butch that time, we bought back an ounce. He took a half ounce, I took a half ounce. I put my shit I put my shit in my deodorant.
That's a classic move. The deodorant or the shampoo.
I unscrewed the whole thing of the deodorant. You know what I'm saying? It was like a brick like this. I unscrewed it. I shoved that shit in there. I put the top back on, squeezed it like maybe 3 little squeezes where it was still sticking out like this. I cut it, used it. I even popped a little hair.
I remember
placed
you saying
it right
that.
on top. And then when we were coming back, they stopped me. They just pulled me to the side. They said, you come with me, bring your bags. And they went through all my shit, but they didn't find it. The chick was holding it in her hand the whole entire time.
The hair, bro. The hair.
But it's also how you act. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole time I just stayed calm and cool. I was cracking jokes, you know, and we made it through. The Traveling Runner says, y'all see the movie Saving Maria about the mules coming from Colombia? No, I have not seen
like
that.
to check it out.
Gato Gordo says pre 9/11 was so much easier. I used to just put it in my sock as long as you had no metal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I never really traveled that much, but I do know it was much easier. You know, I do know. I mean, I have, you know, even after 9/11, I bought some trees and shit with me on some vacations.
Well, they don't really care about the weed anymore, man, because not domestically because it's legal in so many states, you know. Yeah. So they don't really care domestically. I guess if you're not moving weight, you know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know, I don't travel that much.
Yeah.
So whatever. What's your plans for your birthday?
Tonight we're going out to dinner. We're going to a nice fancy restaurant.
What kind of restaurant? What's fancy to you?
It's like a steakhouse, like a steak, like a nice steak joint.
Yeah, like $100 and up for a steak, $200 for a steak.
Not 200, but like $75 to $100. Yeah, like a real like I'm gonna wear a jacket tonight. You know, like a nice spot. Yeah. We're going to a nice spot.
Jacket and tie, or are you gonna leave the buttons open, show your little 5 hairs that you have that pop out?
There's more than 5 hairs there, bro.
Look, you got a little pussy patch.
That's degrading to women because you shouldn't insult them.
It's degrading to your chest.
No, it's degrading to women for comparing them to my chest. But no, the reason I wanted to go there is because they have live jazz music. And I want to see some jazz. Big fan of the jazz.
You should get up there and play. Ask to play. Tell them it's your birthday.
And if anybody who is not invited to the wedding, but still wants to get me something, they can go to thenot.com/bancata, BANCATA. There it is. This is our wedding website, and we have the registry over here. And if you guys want to buy me something, or you just want to, give me some cash, or give me something, towards my new home, or maybe buy us these curtains that we want to hang up in our house.
Brian has to do his part. His wife's paying for the whole thing.
That's completely fine. But no, what I did wanted to point out here is that there are a couple of nice jazz albums. And somebody was nice enough to purchase for me. I'm not sure who it was yet, but I got a turntable and speakers. So
a technique, no less.
Yeah. Yep. So I wanted to it's automatic, which I don't know.
Why is your dog in your picture? You marrying your dog?
No, I'm just fucking the dog. I'm marrying the girl, fucking the dog.
Well, you got your dog up there like it's your kid. You one of them people who think, having kids is hard. I know because I have a dog.
No. We actually talk about it all the time when we're like on like a Sunday morning when it's like 11 and neither one of us want to get out of bed. We're like, Will you walk the dog? No, you walk the dog. We're like, damn, aren't we lucky we don't have a kid? Because that would suck so much worse than this.
Yeah. I used to let the dog walk himself. My dog Bobo, I used to just go open the fucking building door, let it run out, and I would go back to sleep. I
He'd
wake
come
up
back?
an hour later. He always came back. That's why he had friends that I didn't even know. I'd be walking and people be walking, hey there, Bobo, and start saying what's up to my dog. Because he made his own friends, man.
What kind of dog was Bobo?
Half pit bull, half Shar-Pei. I got him from Butchie.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I got the pick of the litter. I was there the day he was born. I watched him actually come out. I had to help the mother when the mother was. If you're still with us, Kevin, what was the mother's name? What was Bobo's mother's name? Butchie's dog. I forgot. Oh, she was such a good dog too, man. But she was having problems. She was having problems getting him out. So I had to kind of like help pull him out. Yeah, I got my hands dirty with my dog. I helped. You know, it was dope. She had 9 puppies.
Wow.
9.
What a whore.
I think one of them she rolled on in her sleep. Tequila, that was the name. Yeah. Oh, Tequila was such a good dog. And Bear. Bear was the father.
Did you grow up with Kev? Is he from your neighborhood, Ravenswood?
Not from Ravenswood.
Astoria?
From Astoria, yeah. We grew up pretty much together. I mean, from the teens on, or early 20s, teens. I can't.
What high school did you go to? You went to a couple, right?
No, I just went to aviation.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, aviation. Then I dropped out / kicked out. I like to say it was a mutual understanding that I didn't want to be there no more, and they didn't want me there no more. And then I went and got my GED at what's the name of that fucking college right there, man?
Queens College?
LaGuardia. LaGuardia College. LaGuardia College. That's where I got my GED. Yeah, he grew up in Astoria, Queens. When did we meet, Kev? How old were we? Was it in our late teens or like early 20s? We met at 4-Star. That's right. I mentioned 4-Star was the air conditioning place that my man Butchie's family owned. That's right.
Was it just like a office, like a little shop or something?
It was like a little shop. They had ACs and stuff in the back.
You guys just chill there? It's like a spot.
No. It was a legit spot that his parents owned, but he would be there working sometimes. So yeah, we would go through every now and then and just chill. The good old days, man. The fucking good old days. Well, were they so good? I don't know.
Yeah, my grandfather always said the good old days are right now. What was so good about back then,
Yeah. I mean, look, I hope everyone has some memories to look back on and be like, those were cool times. But the truth is, people who stay stuck, in the past never appreciate the present.
Yep.
And I honestly feel like life just gets better.
It does, dude. It really does. It just gets better and better and better.
I truly believe that. It got better for me. Yeah, 1920-ish. Exactly. That's what I thought. And then I had the shop down the block. That's right. Yeah, man. If anybody's looking for a tattoo, man, hit up Gato, man, and work something out. I got to get you out here, man. I want to get you out here to do some tats like in the crib. Ooh. I want to get you like a couple of people and then get you out here so it's worth your time. Make a little dough, check out a show, and then we'll hang, man. But I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us this Saturday. I hope your weekend is filled with nothing but blessings, man. I honestly do. I hope that today was better than your yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And the worst of your todays be the best of your tomorrows. My name is Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother Brian Licata. Check him out at Brian T. Licata on Instagram. Check me out at Gary G. Garcia, Instagram and Facebook. And go to acjokes.com. Schedules, see when I'm playing. Every Monday, I'm in New York at the Not Quite Tuesday show. Check it out. Love you guys.
Peace.